In the Egyptian era, women and men alike longed for a dramatic accentuated eye. They achieved this sought-after look by meticulously tracing a thick line of lead-based eye paint around the entire eye. Over time the poisonous concoction would most certainly cause severe eye irritation. Yet, this eye paint also had the potential to bring on mental degeneration and even death if one were so vain to use it every day. It's one of the most poisonous beauty products ever. In the Roman era, lead-laced face creams were all the rage for fixing any and every complexion ailment. One of the most poisonous beauty products of all time, lead cream masks also became wildly popular in this era. Unfortunately, the ingredients in the cream couldn't have been good for the skin. It was the crushed lead they had used to create the white color in the creams that caused it to be poisonous. The ingredients in the face cream without the lead powder were basic. The elements the creams contained, such as animal fats, similar to modern-day lanolin, and starches, were actually healthy for the skin. Yet over time the lead-laced cream would take its toll on the user, causing unsightly facial sores and lead poisoning. In the 1700s both women and men superfluously fluffed white lead powder on their faces to achieve a youthful and very pallid complexion. To achieve a more porcelain-like complexion, women also applied lead-based creams under the powder. These creams, unlike the Roman white creams, were comprised only of white lead cakes that were crushed and mixed with a liquid. This doubly high dose of lead put many in an early grave, including the infamous Lady Coventry. In the mid-1700s, Lady Coventry was well known for her beauty. She would vainly slather the white lead cream and powder onto her skin every day, never being seen without it. Unfortunately, this makeup made the wearer's face form sores and blemishes, which in turn caused them to layer it on heavier and more often. This deadly mixture quickly ended her life at the young age of 27. Throughout the 1800s, arsenic was marketed as a safe and effective way to clear skin of blemishes. It also claimed to give you that youthful pale complexion everyone longed for. It seemed like a miracle drug at first, as it certainly did all that the marketing team claimed. It did produce a very pallid complexion, yet it was due to the arsenic killing off the consumer's red blood cells. As for clearing the skin of blemishes, it could accomplish that as well. If the user stopped taking the arsenic wafers, the acne and other skin issues resurface even more so than before, causing the user to become dependent on the arsenic. Obviously, there were many instances when poor unknowing individuals overdosed on these deadly wafers. Even after many deaths, the same arsenic wafers were just remarketed to the public as safer or new and improved. For example, Dr. Mackenzie's improved harmless arsenic complexion wafers, which were on the market until the 1920s, if you can believe. Arsenic wafers is definitely one of the most poisonous beauty products ever. After the discovery of radium in 1898 by Marie and Pierre Curie, radium became known as the cure-all for any and every ailment. From arthritis to insomnia, radium was the cure. By the 1920s, the radium fad had spread like a wildfire. Everyone wanted to capitalize on this new discovery. It was used in almost every way imaginable, from cleaning products, to medicines, to children's toys. It's not surprising that radium face treatments were soon to follow. Radium cream was heavily marketed to the public as a miracle anti-aging breakthrough. It was said to be the answer to all your skin troubles and woes. It claimed to rejuvenate the skin with its radioactive qualities by diminishing wrinkles and giving that sought-after glow. But little did people know that it was one of the most poisonous beauty products in human history. Soon after radium face treatments and radium spas became popular, along came radium cosmetics, another lethal beauty product. One popular brand to surface during this radioactive 1920s era was Lo Radia. This was a Parisian-based company that marketed its full-line radium-laden cosmetics to the public. Now, instead of merely using a radium cream, one could achieve that youthful glow even faster by using the full line of deadly radium cosmetics. Thank goodness today we turn to a good illuminating shimmer powder to achieve that ever-elusive glow. Belladonna leaves are in all reality the leaves plucked from the highly toxic and deadly nightshade plant. Belladonna leaves were at one time all the rage in 16th century Italy. Women began referring to the nightshade plant as belladonna, meaning beautiful woman, an innocent name for a deadly drug. Women would crush the leaves from the belladonna plant and convert them into an eye drop form to dilate their pupils. It was believed that enlarged pupils made one much more attractive, giving the user an innocent and feminine look. The infrequent user of belladonna could look forward to severely blurred vision, fever and dehydration. The daily user could expect permanent blindness and possible death. The belladonna leaves come at number 4 in the list of 10 poisonous beauty products that was once used. Long voluminous lashes have been something women pined for since the late 1800s. An ad was found from 1899 praising a revolutionary procedure to permanently enhance one's lashes. Described as a quick and painless procedure, the ad goes on to delineate more details of this so pleasant experience. As it turns out, the trained lash expert simply threaded a single strand of long hair through an ordinary needle and skillfully sewed the hair into the consumer's eyelid. No deaths were recorded with this procedure, yet we are quite certain that more often than not, this experience caused infection, severe disfiguring, or even death. One of the largest makeup scandals to date, lash lure graced the cosmetic market during the 1930s. Lash lure was advertised everywhere claiming the product could permanently dye one's lashes and that the consumer would radiate personality if she chose lash lure. Unfortunately, unknown to the public, lash lure was created with aniline dye. Though aniline dyes were a popular hair coloring agent in the 1930s, lash lure chose to up the dose of aniline dye to 30 times more and placed in a product directly applied onto the most sensitive area of one's face. Needless to say, many injuries and one death were recorded from the use of this lash dye. This is the one that hits closest to home. Believe it or not, many red lipsticks today still have a deadly secret. It's one of the most poisonous beauty products that was used and is still used today. In 2007, hundreds of our favorite red hues were pulled off of the market for containing high levels of lead. The lead in the lip hues are measured by parts per million, which may make this seem like a mute fact. But in actuality, the consumption of the minuscule amounts of lead over time builds up in the human body, creating a plethora of health issues. Hopefully, after the find in 2007, the FDA has stepped up and is heavily regulating and testing to ensure our safety.